Yuuta Okkotsu is haunted by the spirit of his childhood friend Rika, who died in a traffic accident. However, her spirit has been cursed, and moreover she appears as a monstrous entity that defends him against his will. Unable to control Rika's immense power, Yuta is helpless to stop the bloodshed caused by his curse. As a result, Yuta is apprehended by Jujutsu sorcerers, secret guardians of the world who are trained to combat cursed spirits like Rika. When the Gojo gave Yuta permission to enter the classroom, the classmates in front of him felt an energy that was deeply frightening and disturbing. They quickly set up for an ambush before Yuta could say hello and introduce himself to others. They believe that Jujutsu school exists more to study curses, rather than accommodate those who have been victimized by curses. Gojo swiftly advises the classmates to back off since Yuta's curse is extremely toxic. In a surprise mention, Rika warns them about don't bullying him. Before Yuta will starting his first mission, Gojo shortly introduced the student who's standing in front of him. Maki Zenin is user with special tools to exorcise curses. Toge Inumaki is a cursed speech user, and Panda, a conscious living being imbued with cursed energy known as a cursed corpse mutation. For the teams up in afternoon jujitsu practice, Gojo decided to split up into two groups. Inumaki pairs up with Panda and Maki pairs up with Yuta. She was initially very mean to Yuta, because of his shy attitude and openly told him he had no purpose for attending Jujutsu High as a cursed human. Briefly about Maki, in a sorcerer clan, strong cursed techniques are everything, but Maki couldn't even see curses. That Maki had disgraced as a Zenin's clan failure. Gojo directs the group to an elementary school where two kids are missing, and thought to have been abducted by a curse. Gojo continues with their assignment, to retrieve the children, alive or dead. Gojo then drops a veil, to help them find the curse while remaining undetected to the human world. With no time to react, Maki showing her skill to Yuta, she wields quality cursed tools with proficiency and her tremendous physical abilities. Yuta is amazed at her abilities and how easy it is for her to exorcise curses. While exploring the inside of the school, there are several low-grade curses around the school, but they seem to be hiding, and not attacking because they're intimidated with Yuta's cursed energy. Maki had shocked when she knew about Yuta validated ranks in Jujutsu school, as special grade, even higher than a grade 1. Doesn't have time to think about it as they are approached by a gigantic blue curse. Maki tries to attack the curse with her weapon, but it is knocked out of her hand, and the two are swallowed. Inside the curse's stomach, Maki shouts in anger at herself for losing her tool. They hear a cry for help and find the two children. Both have been affected by the curse, with the younger one unconscious. Suddenly Maki fainted because the gigantic blue siphoned off all her cursed energy. Yuta feel depressed and panicked. He couldn't contribute more significant in terrible condition like that. Maki encouraging Yuta to use his curse to help people and forced him to release his true power as a special grade sorcerers. Yuta reveals his necklace with the ring, asked Rika to lend him with her strength. Finally, for the first time, Yuta was able to tap into his emotions and fully manifest Rika. At the same time, Yuta barely carried everyone outside the barrier with used his little physical strength and less stamina. Finally, he had to finish the first mission, and thankfully they be safe too. It's nearly impossible to exorcise a big cursed energy as Rika Orimoto. Maybe breaking the cursed, it's a different story. Giving suggestion, Gojo release a new methods for Yuta with possessing his cursed energy into an object, so that's why, Gojo gave him off a katana. Yuta must borrow part of Rika's curse, imbue it into the katana and control it. Before doing these plan, he need to learn how to wield a blade. As a result of Yuta's painful realization of his weakness, Maki trained him in the fundamentals of armed warfare for 3 months leading up his next mission. While his timid nature stays intact, Yuta slowly becomes more social and interacts with others normally. Briefly about Toge, he is a descendant of the Inumaki clan and its cursed speech, which he doesn't speak in order to prevent accidentally cursing someone with his enchanted words. For the second mission, Yuta was paired up with Inumaki Toge. Gojo reminds Yuta that, in order to break curses, only use what power of Rika is imbued into his katana. If he couldn't control his cursed, they will both be killed. Yuta and Toge are dropped off at the Happinag shopping district, a mainly abandoned area that may be demolished to clear the way for a mall. Before they started a mission, Inumaki bought a throat medicine. After brief them on the assignment and the executive draws a veil. They notice a group of curses manifested as a school of talking fish swimming together into a vortex. Yuta have never had a perform to movement. Inumaki immediately fixed everything with great cursed energy. The more of a toll it pays on Toge's body, more exactly his throat. That's why he brought a throat medicine whenever in his battle, apart from treat his irritated throat and increased the limit of his cursed speech. Suddenly showed up, a powerful curse appears behind of them. By calling out "Twist," Toge attempts to break the left hand of the curse. Yuta saves him from the curse's attack and drops a throat spray to carry him away. Toge tries to go on by himself for keeping out Yuta from the danger. Yuta feel blessed to be able to work with him, he hoped could work together as support to clear these mission. Beyond expectation, Yuta had miraculously managed the curse with Rika allowing her power energy to be imbued into his katana. Yuta is able to dodge the curse's attacks and could move swiftly between carrying out intensified offensives. Successfully halting and distracting the attention of the enemy, Yuta picks up the throat spray where it fell and he throws Toge. In the good timing, he immediately drinks before calling out his speech cursed, get crushed impacted the target to implode until they're flattened out. Yuta and Toge high-five each other in celebration of their mutual victory. Gojo realizes that the man behind the All of Curses attack was Suguru Ghetto, a previous student of the Jujutsu High, banished after killing over 100 innocent people in every single night. Suguru Ghetto despised non-sorcerers and frequently called them monkeys. He felt sorcerers are the superior race and humanity's next stage of evolution. Ghetto declares war on the sorcerers. He will release 1,000 curses on the city to kill non-sorcerer humans as he believes them to be useless. He will lead the night parade of 100 demons in Kyoto, Tokyo, and Shinjuku. Jujutsu High will preps for its next assignment. There orders a call for aid to go out to all alumni, the 3 major clans, and the Ainu Jujutsu Society. Between the Ghetto camps and the full force of Jujutsu High, there was a fierce epic combat and they're attacking each other's, more fiercely than before. Gojo had a horrible feeling that he hadn't identified in many locations to found the real troublemaker as a Suguru Ghetto. Meanwhile, Ghetto laughs as he mocks the principal's reaction to his team. The real reason for the war is to distract Gojo so he can kill Yuta and absorb Rika. In his bad intuition, Gojo realizes Ghetto's true goal and transports Inumaki and Panda back to the school to protect Yuta, who is with Maki, and their life was in danger. Despite the fact that they had put up a good fight, they weren't comparable opponents for Ghetto. They had to suffer a terrible defeat that resulted in bloodshed and serious injuries. In his tensions with Suguru Ghetto, Yuta revealed his darkest side. Ghetto harmed Yuta's only friends, and the youngster was more than happy to kill the man in vengeance. Yuta and Rika have been able to face up against Ghetto on its own. Ghetto declared that he was satisfied that he had attacked Yuta before the apprentice had mastered the right use of Rika's power. In his climax battle with Yuta and Rika, Suguru's maximal technique consisted of approximately 4,000 curses. Yuta was prepared to sacrifice his life, for removing the limiters on Rika's boundless power to defeat Ghetto, in order to get revenge on his friends, because they are the only ones who give him the determination to live. Ghetto is fatally wounded by Rika as the sorcerer's victory in the battle. Before Ghetto's philosophy tore them apart, Gojo and Ghetto were best friends, since it is revealed when Gojo finds a dying Ghetto. When the battlefield over, Yuta promised to go die together with Rika after he had borrowed her power. Rika unexpectedly transforms back into her human form. Gojo explains to a surprised Yuta that his theory was correct. He was the one who cursed her, unable to accept her death and forcing her to remain by his side. However, following the bout, this resulted in the curse unraveling from Rika's spirit completely after she decided not to punish Yuta for severing the bond. Yuta says goodbye to Rika, and continues his training as special grade sorcerers, and he got a new purpose, that used her advice to gain a resolve for being a Jujutsu sorcerer.